In sports, the scoreboard doesn't tell the full story, but Netflix does. Stories about dads who happen to be world-class quarterbacks and a battle for the heart, soul, and direction of the multi-billion-dollar business of F1. Whether you're a diehard fan or you're brand new, Netflix has the stories for every type of fan. You can watch these incredible sports stories like Quarterback, F1 Drive to Survive, Untold, and many more now on Netflix.
Apple Card is the credit card created by Apple. You earn 3% daily cash back up front when you use it to buy a new iPhone 15, AirPods, or any products at Apple. And you can automatically grow your daily cash at 4.15% annual percentage yield when you open a high-yield savings account. Apply for Apple Card in the Wallet app on iPhone. Apple Card subject to credit approval. Savings is available to Apple Card owners subject to eligibility. Savings accounts by Goldman Sachs Bank USA, member FDIC. Terms apply.
Meanwhile, Juventus gave their first start of the season to Paul Pogba against Cremonese. Max Allegri was very pleased with himself before the match, and he said, I surprised Paul Pogba with a starting place, which he wasn't expecting. Pogba obviously hasn't been able to play very much this season due to injuries. Oh, it's a long-winded thing. We all know about what happened there. Surgery, blah, 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 recovering, blah, blah, blah. Poor guy finally comes on after a tremendous performance from him, really, in the Europa League, albeit not for that long, but comes on, and after 24 minutes, unfortunately, he's there clutching his left thigh. A muscular problem, has to be taken off, is devastated, in absolute tears, and you just see Di Maria walk off to console him. You have to feel for him because it's just been such a horrible season for him. And at a time when you thought finally he's back at a crunch time, he's playing good football. He was responsible, I guess, in many ways for the goal that they needed to equalize against Sevilla. He started very well in this match against Cremonese, and you have to feel for him, I guess. But Juventus still managed a 2-0 victory over Cremonese. Paredes probably one of their better players, even though, again, it's Cremonese. And Chiesa back to being Chiesa, would you say?
Yeah, it was really, really nice performance from him. The assist on the first goal was really lovely. Everything about the first goal was really lovely. Fagioli took it fantastically. And I think when we talk about squad depth, the success for Juventus this season has been establishing that depth with the young players that we've talked about. And there's still a gap that they need to cross now. It's not about depth. It's about hitting those elite elements, I suppose, those elements that turn you into something better. And Chiesa is one of the players who gives you the potential to elevate. He's one of the players who has the potential to take you up a notch if he can become the player we wanted him to become and we thought he was going to become after the Euros, which, of course, is a big if between injuries and everything else that we've talked about before. It was really nice to see him playing well, looking like he was having fun, making that lovely assist. And I suppose it sort of felt like one positive and one sad thing between that and the Pogba injury.
Yeah, it is a sad way. But Juventus have sort of gone back to at least defending a little bit better than they have been, to securing some points. They have Empoli, Milan and Udinese left to try to secure that top 4 position. Still awaiting, obviously, what will happen in the courts and what penalties will come. Also, one more note, just before we end it there, it's important to note that Sampdoria have now been mathematically confirmed to be relegated. It's really honestly quite sad because of the history that they've had. Obviously, they've gone through so much this season. I think many people prepared themselves for this for some time now, that they would be relegated. Interesting that Genoa is promoted, so they're going to be swapping places. Fabio Quagliarella wrote a deep apology on Instagram to the fans, talking about Sampdoria's relegation. It brought a tear to producer Simon's eye. And it's always sad to see a great legend of the game go like that. But anyway, it is what it is. Shall we do a few shout outs?
Hey gang, just wanted to let you know that you can now get a free 14-day trial of our Chronicles Tifosi Patreon membership.
Subscribe now for free for 14 days to get access to all of our full episodes, solo minisodes, bonus content, even behind the scene bonuses like our chats about football, and of course, our chats about life in general. You can also get the entire back catalogue of Serie A Chronicles content.
So head over to serieachronicles.com/Patreon and subscribe to the Chronicles Tifosi membership for free.
Sports Social Podcast Network.
When I was diagnosed with cancer, it felt like my whole world came tumbling down.
Patient Advocate Foundation is here for you, providing free one-on-one practical support to patients with a cancer diagnosis. Call us at 800-532-5274. Patient Advocate Foundation can assist in navigating disability benefits and health insurance options. PAF also helps in accessing vital services, medications, and financial resources for both medical and household expenses. Visit patientadvocate.org or call 800-532-5274.